Tremble, mere mortals, at the awesome might of the incredible and powerful BCG, ruler of demons, destroyer of cities, and conqueror of worlds.
Can I just get a number one? And a number two, please?
Would you like fries with that today, sir? Hey guys, the Black Critic Guy, and I'm here today to review the anime, The Devil is a Part-Timer. So the anime Devil is a Part-Timer begins in the magical land of Ente Isla, where the king of demons, Satan, is planning to conquer all lands for himself. But before he can place his dominance over this world, an unknown hero on the human side rises up and thwarts his plans. But before being defeated by said hero, Satan and his last remaining general, Alciel, retreat through a portal that sends them straight to Earth. And from here we follow Satan, now under the new name Sadao Mao, and his general as they try to blend in and acclimate into human society by buying a house, signing up for health insurance, and working a part-time job at a fast food restaurant, which is basically a McDonald's ripoff, as well as trying to figure out a way to get back to their homeland and also dealing with troubles that come their way. Now, I have heard many good things about this anime over the years and been really looking forward to seeing it for quite some time. And after all the shit animes I had to watch and endure for bullshit month, I think I owe it to myself to watch a good anime. And I have to say, The Devil is a Part-Timer delivers. Pun intended. First off, the animation by Studio White Fox, the same people behind the animation for Steins Gate and Yormagon, was excellent once again. They are just knocking it out the park with lively movements, colorful backgrounds, and solid and cute character designs, especially with the character Chiho. My goodness, she's just freaking adorable. And of course, what goes hand in hand with the animation? Why, the action sequences in the anime, which were all well executed and just really fun to watch, every single one of them. And most of them had a really great blend of fast-paced tension and humor. Like, you'd be just enthralled by what you were seeing before you, but also laughing at some of the situations and things they say while they're fighting. Especially when Satan, aka Sadao Mao, is involved. Not only is this guy a freaking beast in most of the action sequences, but I love the fact that he points out all of these obvious twists and action cliches in front of all the characters as if he isn't even fazed by it. He knew it all the time. It always got a laugh from me, and I love the fact that a character can finally notice these reoccurring cliches and tropes and be like, yeah, I kind of saw this coming. Let's just get to it already. What else is there to say? He's a smart man that can put two and two together and just wants to cut the bullshit and get straight to the point. And I'll get this part out of the way real fast. The voice acting is fantastic in the anime. The English dub is on point. Funimation knocks it out of the park again. I know what a lot of you are going to say. You're just saying that because you're a Funimation fanboy. Yes, I am a Funimation fanboy, but you cannot deny they do a fantastic job with syncing the mouth movements with the voice acting, and they emote very well. It's just a really solid dub. But there is one element in the voice acting in the English dub that I must point out. And that is the way they handled the language of Ente Isla.
Atros, Gistorea Vigreli Masamum. Achupshibor Aitritim?
Oh, looks like we got a couple of foreigners.
Well, that should make this a good story. Do you understand the words I'm saying right now?
Clisp, Zegeros Greekista Wongus. Ihazomech Atefusoliga al Ruch Ilisic.
Alciel. Otros zefuliga ritbos. Ebspusnik sofixro. Ed clash redipus.
I was quite impressed at how convincing the language sounded. I mean, usually when Funimation attempts to do something like this, it sounds really forced and fake, but this one, it actually sounded quite natural, and I gotta give props to the ADR directors and the voice actors for really pulling off this language. The concept and story of the anime is engaging, quite refreshing, and very amusing. And I love how they take our preconceived notion of good and evil and just flip it on its head. Nothing is what it seems in this anime, and that's actually what adds to the whole intrigue of the story. Not to mention the humorous notion of these great and powerful celestial beings being brought down to such a mundane and simple lifestyle and working part-time at a fast food joint. And that brings us to another great quality of this anime. It's humor. This anime will have you at least laughing or smiling throughout the entire series. Whether it's seeing Sadao Mao take his part-time job so seriously, or seeing the residents of Ente Isla trying to comprehend human customs and human society. It almost reminds me of like Coming to America, where Eddie Murphy and his servant are like trying to acclimate to New York City and how they don't really understand. And they actually, come to think of it, this anime is basically Coming to America, the anime version, because he's like the king or like a very royal person that comes into a very mundane and simple place and lives a very mundane and simple lifestyle, kind of gives it all away and works at a fast food restaurant. It's Coming to America, guys. And with that said, the best humor in this anime comes from the characters and their constant interactions among themselves. The characters are just so full of personality. They all stand out. They all contribute to the story, either in a comedic way, a serious way, or just an overall entertaining way. And a majority of the characters have impeccable comedic chemistry. Just seeing some of the characters exchange insults and taunts back and forth, misunderstandings, it just always brought a smile to my face. Satan, aka Sadao Mao, besides sharing many similar traits to Eddie Murphy's character in Coming to America, is also basically Akahisa Yoshi if he was buff and had demonic powers. And it's not just because they both have the same voice actor, Josh Grell, who does a fantastic job in the anime, but they also share a lot of similar personality traits, one of which is complete obliviousness to other characters' feelings, which I just find it incredibly ironic that he can point out these obvious twists and action cliches and put two and two together about a character betraying him, but when it comes to characters and how they feel about him, whoosh, goes over his head every single time. The hero Amelia, aka Emmy in the human world, was also a hoot to watch. Tsundere to the max, and I just ate that shit up because her tsundere nature was always entertainingly hilarious. And I have to say, she is one hell of a persistent stalker, stalking Satan and his gang throughout the entire series, which just came off as incredibly creepy and rather pathetic. I mean, to see our hero resorting to stalking her main enemy is just kind of sad in a sense. And this goes back to that whole role reversal I mentioned earlier. You would never really see a hero resorting to this type of method to take out her enemy. But it is pretty funny. But without question, the most entertaining and standout character in the entire anime was Alciel, Satan's right-hand man and general. This guy is freaking hilarious. He is without a doubt the funniest side character I've seen in an anime all year. Every time this character was on screen, he had me laughing. From his overreactions to certain things to his constant screw-ups, this guy was just a true treat. And though there are many supporting characters throughout the anime, they all have their moments to shine. The one supporting character that really stood out to me was, of course, Chiho. Not only because she's so freaking adorable, but I just love her relationship with Sadao Mao. It's just overall cute, and I love her character. Her character does serve a purpose, even though she is like the only human character that interacts with all these celestial beings. She's just really fun, and I like her a lot. And her consistent reactions to how oblivious Sadao Mao is about her feelings towards him are priceless. Priceless. Now, although I overall found enjoyment with this anime, I do have a few issues with it. The first big issue is that they should have explored more of the world of Ente Isla to give people a much more clearer understanding and idea of this world. What was it like? The people, the customs, the history, the traditions, the politics, all that sort of stuff. It's just as interesting as the main story. And I understand it isn't really the main focus of the anime, but it is a crucial element to the anime, and it would be very necessary to understand what this world was like to get a more deeper understanding of the people that come from this world. I'm all for the mundaneness of human society. I still find it very entertaining as long as it's handled well. But there's no denying it would have been really cool and epic to see more of Ente Isla, especially when you saw the first 5 minutes of the anime and how epic that looked. You were like, man, I would love to see more of that. They easily could have found a balance between the mundaneness of the human world and the intrigue of Ente Isla, but instead it just feels more skewed to the human society than Ente Isla. And speaking of understanding characters, there should have been more development given to Satan. I felt like he was really lacking in development. We don't really get a full understanding of the character. Sure, we know what his personality is like, and he is a lot of fun, but what is his backstory? Why did he want to take over all of Ente Isla, and why is he behaving like he is now in the anime? I mean, shit, you could give 3 to 4 episodes delving into the backstory of the hero, but you can't give a single episode to delve into the backstory of Satan, the main character of the anime? I mean, come on! By delving into Satan's backstory, it'll give us some really interesting and much needed insight on the character and why he behaves the way he does. A lot of it is just complete mystery, and I know it's kind of like the joke of the anime where he's being all good and nice, where he's known to be evil and stuff. But it would also be nice to have sort of an explanation behind that. I also felt like there were some side characters in the anime, particularly ones from Ente Isla, that got gypped for development or weren't used to their full potential. They had more to offer. And the last major issue with this anime is that it does get noticeably repetitive as the series goes on. They just keep repeating the same type of jokes or keep repeating the same type of situations in previous episodes, and it could get really annoying to some people. I mean, after all, it is a sort of romantic comedy, so they do follow a lot of similar traits and cliches. Me being a fan of that, I didn't really find it all that annoying, but I did notice it, and I have to point it out as a major issue. But if I'm to make one complaint as a fan of this series, why haven't they made a second season for this anime yet? I mean, come on. This world is just begging for another season to explore more of Ente Isla, to see the characters interact more. I want more! But overall, I got a kick out of this anime. I enjoyed it thoroughly, and I can definitely see myself watching this anime again in the near future. In fact, after finishing it, I did watch it over again and still found a lot of enjoyment in it. And that's why I'm gonna give this anime a 4 out of 5 stars. It's definitely worth watching. But anyway, what did you guys think of this anime? Did you get a kick out of it? Did you enjoy it as much as I did? Or did you find it really boring and you hated the mundaneness of the story? You just wanted to see more of that awesome Ente Isla action? And let me know who is the funniest sidekick character you've seen in an anime. And also, I would like for you guys to describe The Devil is a Part-Timer in 4 words. Comment below, let me know, and I'll pick my favorite responses for the next episode of BCG as Black Critic Crew. Yes, I am finally coming back with all new episodes of BCG as Black Critic Crew. And if you'd like to see those episodes, be sure to click this link right here and subscribe to BCG Unplugged. I know, shameless plug, but whatever. And stay tuned tomorrow for my Over the Garden Wall TV review. And until then, guys, if you'd like to see more videos on this channel and be a part of the Black Critic Crew, please hit that subscribe button below. Like this video if you really enjoyed it. And I'm Tony Watt II, working part-time as the Black Critic Guy. Till then, peace, YouTube.